As a career, the difficulty is this is not a field that pays a lot of money. So one thing that our students will find challenging is being able to get into a situation that's affordable for them when they have things like student loans. What I would say, though, is it varies a great deal where in the country you work. There's quite a difference in pay scale from state to state and from facility to facility. So some of that is going to be, if you're willing to move and you're willing to move around, you can get into a situation that might be a little bit more financially solvent than the one you have initially.
There are a fair number of challenges to this as a career. Animals do not keep regular schedules. They do not keep 9 to 5 schedules. It doesn't matter what kind of job you're doing with animals, there will be some aspect of it where you have to be willing to put your life on hold when something comes up that they need. If you're working at a zoo, that means you may not leave at the same time every day. If you're doing wildlife rehabilitation, that means you've taken on a 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week job. And that can be challenging. There can be times when that interferes with family life and social life and that sort of thing. And there are also always going to be hard decisions to make and hard things to deal with. Because you're working with life and death every day with animals that you take care of. That means that every day something will happen that puts a giant grin on your face and makes you feel incredibly lucky. But every now and then there will be really hard days where you lose an animal or you have to make a tough decision, and those can take a toll on you.
So we're in Maine. There are no zoos in Maine. And a lot of our students are interested in zoo work. So how do we go about giving them those experiences? That's a challenge. And we have met this challenge pretty creatively. We have been very fortunate to be placed in a supportive community. So there's a lot of local farms, alpaca farms, goat farms, that allow us to go there and work with their animals. We've worked with local rehabbers, and we either go there or sometimes they actually will bring their animals here. We've started going all the way down to Massachusetts and working with Zoo New England, and Zoo New England has been great about having a lot of our students intern there, letting our intro classes go in. Now they're even letting us go in and work in their exhibits. So we find a lot of different ways to try to meet that need. We're also starting to develop a small collection of small animals on campus that'll help us to teach our classes and expand the number of topics that we're able to cover. But clearly, you know, the fact that we're not in the middle of a city with a zoo down the street is a challenging part of our program. But the interesting thing is that what that has forced us to do is really have kind of a greater breadth toward captive care, because we do things with domestics, because we do training with dogs, which is kind of nice because some of our students might want to go out and do companion animal work. We do work with local rehab centers, and we certainly have students that are interested in doing that. And domestic animals are actually a pretty good model for a lot of what we want to do, and we're never going to do a blood draw on a tiger, so it's just as well to learn to do those things on a domestic animal. So those varied experiences in some ways will actually leave our students really pretty well rounded.